Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, you can't do this to me.
Okay.
Surprised we haven't gotten more of that recently. Not really. Okay, well, my audio is certainly fine. And I think yours is good too. Okay.
Good. We're back.
Welcome back to Danganronpa, everybody. All three of you that are in chat right now. There will certainly be more, though. We tend to have more VOD watchers. You guys are special because you're here with us while we do it live.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's time for more Dangan.
Back into it. This time we have to figure out what happened to Chihiro. Who did it? Why?
Hello, Onklid. It's been a minute. I don't think did Onklid talk last stream? I don't think he did.
I don't remember for certain, but Duke Unclet has been leaving us comments on our past Danganronpa VODs.
I normally don't check the comments. That's a producer thing. Producer checks the comments.
True. Much as I should not do it, but...
Alright, well. I don't know how much of my time is actually limited in this, because they say, oh, you have a limited amount of time. I don't know how much is actually limited, so...
It's not actually.
Okay, that's what I figured.
You need to get all the clues.
Yeah, I have to get to a certain point where I have all the clues, and then it's like, oh, your time's up.
And then it takes over, yep.
Okay.
So get going, Clue Boy.
Just for a brief recap, before I get into it, we unlocked the upstairs after Leon's trial, and everyone came up here and was like, whoa, this is crazy. There's a library and a pool up here? Man.
Yep.
And someone killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room to the pool.
And Byakuya has been like, I'm not going to be a team player. I hate all of you. I'm only hanging out in the library.
Yep. So things fell apart. The cohesion of the group fell apart pretty quickly after Leon's trial, I think.
Yes. Although then Toko was like, isn't he so cute? Makoto, you gotta ask him out for me.
Of all people, too, to ask. Yeah, I know I was horribly accusing you of being the person who murdered Sayaka any opportunity I got during the last trial, but please, Makoto.
You don't understand. He's an alpha.
Oh. No. There are more important things to worry about right now than a dumbbell. You imbecile.
I don't think that's. I was wondering about this last time because it didn't tick over and say investigation start like it normally does. So I'm wondering if there's like something we gotta do.
Speak to
yeah.
people. Okay, it's probably Byakuya.
Oh,
that's not okay. That's
you threaded the needle there.
That's not Byakuya. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood.
So, I don't think it's any kind of dying message.
You don't think Chihiro did that?
It's just too strange.
But you know, that thing about writing bloodlust in blood, doesn't it sound kind of familiar?
A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. And at the scene of each crime, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood.
I forgot about that.
They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them.
And Chihiro was the person who brought this guy up, too.
And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack!
Strap Bill! Oh.
The BHB.
Genocide Jack. The murderous fiend whose grisly attacks were famous all across the country. The ultimate murderous fiend, creating a reputation of abnormal, downright cruel killings. Oh, is it gonna be like a thing where he's been here the whole time? Because he's the ultimate? That would be crazy. Or he might be one of the... I didn't even think about that. He might just be one of us. He might... Oh.
Then this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Jack's style?
Or it might just be Genocide Jack.
But why would anyone do that?
Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Jack. The real? Wait, are you saying Genocide Jack is here in the school?
No way!
There's no way! But going so far as to write bloodlust at the scene, I am surprised at their stupidity.
I can't imagine a worse situation than dealing with a stupid murderer.
What is it now?
Toko!
Hina was pointing at the entrance to the girls' locker room. Toko was the last to arrive, and now she was just standing there.
No. Why? 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 Why?
Godok.
She fainted! That did not sound good!
Wasn't she the one who was like, I'm not good with blood?
Yeah.
Toko!
Hina rushed over to the collapsed Toko and started trying to shake her awake.
Toko, are you okay? Come on, wake up!
Oh, that's right. I just remembered what she said about how she faints anytime she sees blood.
Oh,
So she is...
Control your emotions.
So she is homophobic? I imagine she does not watch too many horror films then.
No, she doesn't like blood. This isn't a violation of the rules, right? I mean, technically she passed out somewhere besides her room.
What? That's the first thing he's concerned with?
Listen, he plays D&D. He knows the word games. Technically, right now, she counts as an object. No, I'm kidding.
Holy moly. No, I think it should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping. Like, on purpose.
Ah, so since she didn't faint on purpose, it doesn't count. Gotcha.
How do you... Well, I guess some people can, like, force themselves to faint on command.
Toko, can you hear me? Hey, you gotta wake up!
As if she'd heard her, Toko suddenly shot awake. As in, she literally jumped up from where she was laying. It was such a strange reaction. I was at a total loss for words. She leapt straight up into the air, changing her stance as she did. In no time flat, she was just standing up. She's not just standing up. Ignoring the physical contortions she had to go through, her emotions were totally haphazard. What?
Sorry about that. I was just so shocked, you know? That happens, right? Was I the only one?
Toko, are you okay?
I'm fine, I'm fine.
Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. Oh gosh, okay.
The world has a front and a back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies.
wow.
This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. No, everything's fine. At least the stutter's all gone. That's a good thing, right?
It's clear to me that everything is not fine. Your eyes seem strangely vacant. That's what you're... Okay.
Yeah.
It might be best if we take her back to her room for the time being. Maybe best if we take her out back.
True.
I don't mind taking her, but could someone help me?
If you need help, I don't mind.
Taka, could you help me?
Huh? She totally ignored me!
Very well. You take care of the girl, and the rest of us can begin the investigation right away. Can I assume nobody has a problem leaving Sakura and Mondo on guard duty again?
Hold on a second. Rushing to an investigation...
The mastermind isn't behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize that. There is no question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Of
Bloodlust?
Right as rain. But don't take it as a bad thing. It's just a fact of life. Because that's how graduation works.
Then it's happened again? Is that what you're saying? Nah, it's all fake. Props. Makeup. That another one of us? Another one of us killed a fellow classmate?
What? Does that freak you out? You guys got no balls, you know that. Is there just nothing down there at all? Well, I'll let you pray to mine if you want. Actually, I don't have any either. Sorry.
Stop monologuing and give us what you came here to give us. You did bring it, right?
I sure did, chum.
2.
Allow me to present the next Monokuma file. I know how much you must be looking forward to it.
See ya later.
So please do your very tippy-top best on this investigation.
Bye-bye.
Way.
Do we really gotta do another investigation?
Well, we could just give up.
True.
That is the quickest way of getting out of this situation.
Go back to Taka's plan. Everybody close your eyes, and whoever did it, raise your hand.
Yep. Examining the corpse of one of our friends. Oh, wait, no, that's I. That's I.
Examining the corpse of one of our friends. Having to suspect all our other friends.
I'm not sure if everyone here is friends with each other.
I hate this. I can't take it anymore.
I hate it too! I've had enough. I'm getting out of here.
Where do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run.
Just accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid. A dead body is a simple object.
Byakuya is D&Ding it.
You are very enthusiastic about all of this, are you not?
How can I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die.
That's true, but to jump into it so soon... Yeah, could we wait just like 4 or 5 days, actually? Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Like, you're making me agree with Byakuya right now. You're
What? Do you want to die? Fine, then go off and die somewhere. Right now, go ahead. You're a waste of space.
That's the Ava Beatrice I know and love.
A dead body is an object. Chihiro wasn't an object! Show a little respect or I'll beat some India!
Oh my god.
Calm down.
Everyone stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth in what Byakuya said.
Kyoko?
Because
If we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, our own lives are forfeit. And if Byakuya is right that Genocide Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro,
that's right.
then unless we do something, more victims could start piling up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Forget more victims. If we mess this up, we're all dead meat.
I thought you were gone.
Hold on. If that's your worry, you don't gotta worry any longer. In any one killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people.
Oh, okay.
What? I don't remember any rule like that.
Actually,
I just came up with it.
Yep.
I mean, if one person went around and killed everyone, your lovely student life would be all over, right?
A new rule has been added to the regulations menu.
so
In that case, why not limit it to one person?
hey,
Well, in a good mystery, you don't want to miss out on at least the potential of a serial killer angle. No! Just one would totally murder that possibility.
punishment is waiting.
Farewell for now. I'll catch you guys at the class trial.
I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we can kill up to 2 people, then one more person's life could still be in danger.
Which is definitely not good. We need to uncover the culprit before something else happens. You need to shut the fuck up!
If the culprit was smart, they would just kill Kyoko so that the group would fall into complete and utter infighting and never get anything done.
They're all too self-absorbed.
Yup.
Well, for now, Taka and me are gonna drop Toko off to her room.
Nice. I'm gonna get dropped off.
I forgot that was the face she was making.
There is nothing to be done.
We have no time to stand around here. We must begin our investigation tout de suite. If we do not solve the mystery of who killed Chihiro, then we will quickly follow her into the afterlife.
That's true. I hate this, but if I want to survive, I have to actually work. Me
True.
and everyone else, we have to do it. We don't have any other choice. There it is.
Yes.
First of all, I better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. Yeah, what information can be given. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. Dang. Hey, wait a minute. Wait. You guys broke the promise again. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. Well, at least there's that. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Not a ton to go off of.
Yeah, not a ton.
Hey, Makoto, do you have a second?
I just want to investigate things. Huh? Did you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know.
So what did you need?
I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation.
Oh, how gracious. Huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent. The same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case.
Solve? No, I'm just a dumbass.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you.
Sorry, I was grabbing something.
Oh, you have the honor of contributing to my investigation.
So, you're inviting me to come with you? You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started?
But
We need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around.
I don't really know what just happened. But it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. Oh, good.
Alright, now go for it.
Give me that weight. There's a dumbbell on the floor, and this is a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell.
The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her.
Does that mean that this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon?
That's right.
I don't imagine it could have been anything else.
Locker room dumbbell has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. What's the meaning behind it? Bloodlust. Oh, nothing, okay. What about this? It's got blood on it. The poster's got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. Okay. Anything from you, Sakura? I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. We've only had this thing for like 2 days. What do you mean all the time? What do you...
Yeah.
But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else than carried here. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. I still think she came here on her own, by choice. What makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late?
Perhaps.
Hino and myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? She's shy. Well, was shy. Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. so I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead, she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However,
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she also would have come with someone else? It's a possibility, I think. Thanks, Sakura. Sakura's account has been added to the truth bullet section in your handbook. What about you, Mondo? How you feeling?
Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need to get stronger?
Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once.
Sure did. Which, I guess explains the trip down here.
But, did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong.
I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff.
The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. Mondo's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Now I believe it's about time for us to move on.
Huh? Already?
what?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case.
That's true, but
Let's go.
If you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed.
he's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time.
So, this is our next location.
Huh? This place is related to the investigation?
Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right?
If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma.
He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
You called for me?
Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up?
Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook.
And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
I'm being
If there were some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter!
And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correctly correct.
So then, that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means...
Hey, Makoto. I can see right through you.
See right through me? Looks down to comically large hole in the middle of his chest.
Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So, in other words,
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple.
But am I wrong?
You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine.
No! I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So, you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations.
Is that even a
Knowing you.
loophole?
Yes,
Or is it just bad? Is it?
What?
I feel
Knowing
like
you.
the definitions of borrowing and loaning can be conflated to mean the exact same thing.
Think about it more. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things?
Kia! You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things. Get it? Got it? Good.
Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means that someone would have to loan it, so,
So sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together. Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest on your own damn self.
That's fine.
Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall.
main hall?
That'll help you understand what's going on.
Card reader has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? Oh. There's only a handful of things to even look at. There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook! No, wait, there's 3 of them! But what are they doing here? It's probably the students that are dead.
So, you finally found them.
Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya?
I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox.
So then, these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka?
You can go ahead and confirm it yourself.
I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... You're right! This is Sayaka's handbook!
Now, do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier.
Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. This
What?
happened 2 minutes ago.
I was gonna say, like, this was so recent, I don't even wanna, man. This is...
Oh. I see. Yeah, now I understand. Main hall e-handbooks has been added to
Yes.
the truth bullet section of your handbook.
What?
Hold on a second.
Yeah, shouldn't Chihiro's be here now? What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on.
Is it broken? Whose is it?
The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up.
Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs.
Pummeled with baseballs. Oh, what? The memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment, which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey!
Didn't he say something about them basically like being impervious to all damage?
Hey!
What?
E-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily.
But it did.
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. Oh, but, even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point.
It does?
I can't hear you.
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right?
Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be?
Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now.
You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Well, it's evidence, so it's probably gonna matter somehow. Broken e-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit.
Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro.
To be exact, not quite.
Huh? Not quite? Okay, so are we still in here? Talk about a blocking. Yep. Nope. Can't even
I don't see the return button on your screen, so I'm guessing, yeah.
I'm gonna look at them. The only other thing to look at are these turrets, or talk to you.
I bet you just wants you to talk to him again.
I'm gonna make sure.
Get a monocoin. Oh man.
What did you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite.
Certainly I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack.
Then, you really think? You truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case.
That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
What?
How many times can we say it in 5 minutes?
YouTube's really not gonna like that one.
Yeah.
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. Isn't this the thing I said at the beginning that was a flashback from earlier?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And when they're to get to this mysterious genocide. Oh yeah, you got that one? Okay, yeah.
Still, could one of us really be a demented psychotic killer like that? No, none of you would kill anyone.
You're not wrong to wonder.
But words mean little right now.
I have something that will prove it, and I can show you.
I swear to God, if I try to leave and you're like, no again. Why didn't you just keep me in conversation with him? Oh, you want me to go past? You want me to go past the? You want me to go past the when he does this?
Make me repeat.
Yeah, you okay?
And I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us.
Is there really proof?
There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro.
Evidence? Is something like that really?
This is almost certain. Well, it's. I don't know. I was gonna say it's probably Monokuma, but I'm not sure. Okay, good.
Hey, you two! Big trouble! Need your help!
I don't have time to play with you.
We're busy. Leave us alone.
But it's an emergency! Emergency! Come on, please! You gotta help me!
What's going on?
This is a serious emergency! Please, please! You gotta help me!
Just calm down, okay, Hina? Sorry.
But it's an emergency!
What? An emergency? What happened?
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange.
Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right?
Mm-mm.
What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit, I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her.
Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
You heard him.
I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no and that'd be the end of it.
Okay, come on, hurry!
Wait for us, Hina!
Let's go.
It looks like she headed to the dorms, to Toko's room most likely.
You're right. Is Toko inside? Some kind of emergency. Oh, okay, I have to talk to him.
You guys are too slow!
I think you're just too fast.
So, what's this emergency?
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out, and she kept saying all this weird stuff.
Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah?
May as well give it a shot.
Mm.
The door swung open, slowly and silently. Holy crap! What? She looks normal. She just looks freaked out. What do you mean, holy crap? An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you, pulling yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Is she like schizophrenic? Is she...
You won't let genocide Jack have control.
I thought that might be what was happening.
What? You have no idea what's going on.
And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that?
She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago.
Oh, okay, now we're done with the voice acting? Okay. I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend.
It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door.
Oh my gosh.
But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it.
Toko was scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her?
I don't think so. I don't think there is.
Hey, Byakuya, you think you could ask her? That's one thing this has over Rumineko is I can do comedic stuff like that. I can
Yeah.
to come out of her room, I mean.
That's fine.
Sure, whatever.
Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to.
Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments,
Are we gonna get it again? Yep.
What do you want?
Leave me alone. You're all so annoying. Ah, Bacula!
Byakuya.
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
And with that, the door slammed shut.
Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off.
There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation.
Hold on! Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko just talking about now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure.
But...
If I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go.
Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library?
Come on, let's go in.
Okay.
You already know.
Do I already know?
Do I even need to read it?
Okay. No, I didn't want to... There's one very specific thing it wants me to click on here, and I'm not sure what it is. Is it you again?
Yes.
I'm going to kill you. Why do you need to go to specific places to tell me information? Why can't you just tell me the information? Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
He didn't quite say it, so I'll say it. Don't make me say it again.
Ooh. What? Okay, I guess I'll just click everything. Monitors. Click it. Camera. Nope. The only other thing I haven't clicked on is the bookshelves. I clicked on this, I clicked on this, I clicked on this. I haven't clicked on the door. If I remember, on the other side of this door, it's the archive, right?
Hurry up and go inside.
Oh, here?
Let's go.
It'll all make sense once you're inside.
Whoa, there's so many books and files. And so much dust, too.
So, in other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust.
That's not what I wanted to click. There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all these things?
that's enough.
Those documents are dangerous.
Dangerous?
They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner.
You mean like members of the Diet or something?
No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there.
You're just kidding, right?
Am I?
I'll just let it go for now. Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before. The one that was outside right before we walked into this room and that we didn't carry in with us.
Yeah. Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. You got triple because of the Celeste
I
thing.
did. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although, judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was.
There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. Who keeps it in a
Extension cord,
box?
huh? Yeah, I don't know. This shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random.
Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file.
Huh?
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Okay, no. I was like, wait a minute. Did Byakuya predict? Anyway. Are you sure you want to look at it now? 15 years. He was off by about 15. There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it.
I was gonna say something, but I believe I should probably save it for after stream.
Yeah.
Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf. There's something directly behind him. Also, what? Oh. Okay, thanks. There's a ton of thick files stuffed onto the bookshelf.
If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful.
Huh? What do you mean?
All those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents, for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak.
Oh?
So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here.
Interesting.
It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent?
This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie.
Well, it's not that. It's just... It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but... I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together?
I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps... the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored.
It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal.
What's wrong? You still can't believe it?
What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What do you mean, usually? Usual? Normal? Ordinary? Simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything.
You don't pull your punches, do you?
Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt.
Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why?
My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty.
Huh?
Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic.
How is that possible?
So, in other words,
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, the materials gathered here are the real thing.
This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind.
And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case.
As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
that's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way.
Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro!
Save your surprise. The best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out.
Hello? Okay. Huh? I clicked and it just didn't go. Then so.
Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion.
So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
There's Genocide Jack.
In other words,
The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack.
Or, like a police officer who investigated and knew that he was doing this. Good.
in other words,
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Thank you for not saying it outright.
Then, Genocide Jack really is. Such a brutal, fiendish killer really is walking around among us?
Dang it.
Ha!
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they?
I told you this was just like Among Us.
I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two. If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself.
He's pulling his clue out!
True! Yeah.
Oh, it probably wants me to look at the actual case files, huh?
Yep.
Or it might want me to talk to him again because, again, I had to react to get that. Wait.
that's fine.
Okay, okay. Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. I can't use that for a thumbnail.
You can like replace the text with something funny.
That takes time.
Byakuya handed me the file, and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers.
Also, I know that this is the whole thing with this place that's got the hidden knowledge, but is it not really funny that the front title just says, Murder Cases of Genocide Jack, Top Secret?
Yep.
Like, you couldn't use a code or anything, and to
Suddenly.
put Top Secret on there.
And also, the binder does not look that thick.
No.
Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. Realistic Japanese person jump scare.
Ah!
The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. The scissors used in the murder were apparently custom made. Okay, so each one is scissors, too.
No, there was only 2 characteristics. Remember what Byakuya said?
Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, no! 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Komatsuna Taro, Takafumi Gono, Uchida Naohisa, Takeshi Masamune, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it.
How many of
put
those
me
people are
through the
just the devs of the game?
Yeah, the devs. A real picture of the dev right there, both of them. But the one thing that became perfectly clear as I read, all of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in the exact same way. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood.
Now take a look at the next page, and you'll find another interesting tidbit.
The next page? Even more shocking than the last. Profiling results! All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
So, in other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality.
A split personality? Like the kind of thing you see on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know, I feel like my mind has gone numb.
I wonder if they updated this? Because, to my knowledge, that term wasn't popular until like the last 10 years, but this was from 2010.
I don't know.
Because it used to be multiple personality disorder.
I don't know.
I'm clumsy.
That's me. Genocide Jack case file has been added to the True Bullet section of your handbook.
let's go.
It's just cool if they went back and updated the game for something like that. Alright, we should get going soon.
Huh? Where are we going?
Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we?
Oh, wait! Byakuya! As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up.
Well, where will the Byokster go next? Oh. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial.
Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time?
I ain't Toko.
Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. Well, goodbye.
And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he's asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some whore, some plaything getting
Yes.
passed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack. He's the one that killed Chihiro. She. And that murderous fiend is one of us. I was about to say, is he stupid? Is he? But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. I mean, unless they're pulling a mega bait-and-switch right now. Are you stupid? And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can.
You're free!
Finally!
Free from the Byakur.
He was dragging me around everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like a limp noodle.
Yep.
Oh no. Byakuya! No.
Ding ding ding! Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
Oh, what is it? Yeah, this person just admitted it.
Another stat increase for me.
Evidence? What did you find?
I cannot reveal that just yet. But I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs.
Are you sure about that?
Oh yeah, Ms. Ludenberg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too.
Really? What did she see?
She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right?
Okay, so where is Celeste now?
The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time, not there.
What's it gonna be? Anything in here? Anything?
I don't see anything
suspicious
strange.
in here? Why is the poster different?
What do you mean?
My male intuition! My male intuition!
It was always like this.
It was boobies last time! Now it's men! Huh? This poster... It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. They didn't have the same poster as us. They have our poster! Anything else?
They're brown
They're
stains.
brown. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Smell it.
No.
Boys' locker room carpet has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, well now I am kind of confused. Because someone moved those posters.
Mm-hmm.
Anything in here?
Like, the only thing you'd have any luck, yeah, would be the locker.
Maybe there's some kind of clue in the lockers. Guess not. Okay, thanks.
Oh, there you go. I like how that one doesn't say leave the area, it says leave the pool, specifically. Oh, okay, no, they do. I thought maybe, I don't know, I thought they all said leave the area.
I was about to say, where are the people who are supposed to be guarding this? Where are the... It's the bloodstained poster. This blood is the most noteworthy part, but... The big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable, too. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, a girl's locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Oh, but wait, that reminds me. The poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model.
You don't have to keep describing her like that.
Oh, I do. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. Monokuma? 2 locker room posters have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. What about y'all? Y'all find anything out? You spend a lot. Oh, sorry. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course. I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together.
Okay then. Let me ask you something. Do you think posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry. Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters.
I see.
However, but there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising.
We have protein coffee?
It's in the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and I down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day, I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain.
A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet now. Goldfish memory.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with.
Disappearing stain. Now do I have to go back over there so that it'll be like, the stain? Is
I don't think so.
this just gonna be the same thing from you?
This seems... Yeah. Okay, looks like this is all the same, yep.
Okay.
Okay.
That'll just take me into the pool. Okay. What, you got anything for me, Kyokster? Hey, Kyoko! Have you made any progress on your investigation?
Indeed.
Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of.
Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder.
But...
so then,
Before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time. Thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success.
With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about. Chihiro's e-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. What's going on with you? Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but do I have my... I do have my limits. Well, I better give it a shot anyways. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? This rope has a plug? Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does all this mean? Status of the dead body has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time. Okay. I'm gonna check just in case the stain thing is a thing.
Okay.
Out of my way. There's the stain. Someone switched the rugs. There's a strange stain on the carpet. Wait, is it? Okay. Okay, so mailbox, library.
And then it wanted you to talk to Celeste in the warehouse.
Oh, that's right. I keep feeling like I should be able to walk into that space and I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Go this way. Nope, nope. I got turned around. I was
just I was like, what are you doing? I was like,
turned around. For some reason, I felt like the staircase was there. I don't know why. It's never been there. Okay. Honey?
I swear, if Celeste says something like, I've determined it, this case has to do with Genocide Jack.
I will tear my hair out. I will. Celeste, what are you doing here?
This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from.
I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless.
Then you did find something.
Very well. I will tell you, and only you.
Yes, I'm in. This is what I get for relationship upping her before this.
Yeah.
She's into me, bro. She's in.
Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse.
What? Really?
Indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
Then we also saw her here.
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
It's not like you have an obvious gym bag.
Because I can
You don't
see
know.
the track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're
No, that's
right.
my hacking gear.
Thanks. Well,
I wear this when I go hacking.
I'm kind of in a hurry.
It's a sweaty job hacking.
She stuffs the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assume she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she had broken our rule, none of this would ever have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose.
So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. Well, we could infer that much already. But the strange thing is, there's no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying. Which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. It's just her face. Celeste's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Alright, so then if they got rid of it, that means there's another place we should probably go check.
But where?
I mean, this would be the obvious one, but it doesn't necessarily have to be this. They could have just hid it somewhere. Is it gonna let me, or do I need to... yeah, no, okay. Any signs of anything? Okay, sure, okay, fair enough.
That's something you'll learn is Danganronpa does not like to reuse key locations.
Okay.
Not generally, anyway. But where? Where would the items have been hidden?
That is a
They
question.
couldn't be disposed of.
But there are other places to look at right now, too.
That's true.
In there. Alright, let's take a look at this. The wooden box is empty. The extension cord was in there before. Okay. I want to take another look at Genocide Jack's case file. I know it was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone! Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who could do something like that... I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Alright. You want to look at the other stuff while we're here?
There's one other thing you should look at least. Maybe.
I thought I was going to look at the lamp again. Gosh dang it. Okay, just a little bit more to the left. There we go. The desk lamp. Byakuya grabbed that... Oops, I went too fast. Byakuya grabbed that one thing from over here and put it over there. Sure is dark over there. What? What does that mean? That's just the camera up there. You don't got anything for me, do you? Nope. Okay. So what about the stuff out here?
Look.
Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But the last time I saw it, it was definitely on, and it was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord.
A bird.
But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Library desk lamp has been... I thought it was going to be the outlet. It's not the outlet. Okay. Okay, that's probably it. Okay. Then what else was there?
Oh. Figuring out where that stuff was hidden, maybe, but...
Yeah.
Beats me.
Let's check back here again. We talked to Celeste. We went to the library. Did I look at this before? There's a blood stain on the carpet. Could I... Okay. I don't think there's anything else in here we haven't looked at. I'm just gonna start checking places.
Yeah, I'm looking at some stuff.
To the hotel. Anything in here? Lockers. One of them is unlocked, but I don't see anything inside.
It looks like it wants you to speak with Aoi.
Okay. That was probably something to do is check on Toko again, huh? Oh, he's not here. Oh, there is. Okay, she's in that. I was about to say.
She's hungry.
Hey, Oi, how's it going? Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing?
Same as before. She won't come out, and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there.
You left her?
My head was all swimmy, and I was getting pretty hungry. Oh, but don't
I
worry.
was kidding.
I'm gonna get back as soon as I'm done eating.
You couldn't eat in the hallway?
That's what I'm saying.
Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her.
Speaking of which, what are you eating?
A donut, of course.
Of course.
There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts.
I love her. Really?
I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret.
I don't think so.
Oh, I should have tried to spend more time with her.
Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well,
Yeah, she was a little bit strange, but didn't really hang out with the other girls much.
I feel like Aoi probably spends most of her time with Sakura since they, like, go to the gym.
It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us.
Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
yeah, totally.
Yup, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls.
Was she just shy?
I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh wait, maybe! Maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right?
I don't think it does. You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Aoi's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Is that it?
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
You sounded tired.
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The class trial.
Okay. Cookie.
You remember where to meet, right?
Mm-mm.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
You got it, Chief.
See you soon.
All right. Well, it's about to begin. The red door is right through here. What if I like don't?
Go to the Makoto explosion chamber.
Let me check first. I don't think anyone will be. I'm sure everyone will. Yeah, everyone's gonna be in there. Okay. Okay.
It's go time, buddy. Finish this one up and find the culprit. You know who it is now.
Ahem. So, is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Are we missing Toko?
Yeah, Toko's not here.
And Toko is...
You really don't remember?
Kidding! I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie. I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please.
Yeah, get her, Monokuma.
So now you know what would have happened if you didn't.
And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him.
I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible! You're terrible! Phew. So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road! I'll see you guys down there.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro.
Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone's standing right here. Alright, I'm gonna pop this. Not that, this. I'm just gonna keep going down. Alright, let's start the talking.
Fuck Toko, man. What's got us so worked up? I gave you plenty to work with. Shows how far your logic can take you.
There is something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. I guess I wasn't much help at all on this one.
You probably were one of the biggest helps. Thanks.
Yep.
I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails, right, bro?
Miss Fujisaki. I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe.
I will uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts on a weaker individual. You're a real one, Sakura.
You ready? We doing this?
Alright, jokester.
Shall we begin?
Okay!
Descend!
We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. As we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop.
What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting?
Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Good, good. You're rip-raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all. Okay then, let's get this show on the road. Everyone, please find your assigned seats.
He even redecorated and still didn't give us seats. And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, sure. Go, yeah. Alright, let's look at what we got.
And don't forget to set your skills so they don't think you got new ones that we could use for the class trials.
No. Monokuma file. Fujisaki's death was a blow with a blunt object to the head. She was killed instantly. Body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. Okay. At 2 a.m. Sakura talked about how Chihiro didn't want to work out with any of the girls. Use the locker room late at night to avoid this. Dumbbell found on probably the murder weapon. Chihiro had told anyone willing to listen that she wanted to get stronger. Some assumed due to her inferiority complex about being weak, she admired strength more than anything else. To unlock a locker room, you need to swipe your e-handbook over the card reader. You need a male student's handbook for the boys' locker room, a female student's for the girls. It's not possible for two people to enter at the same time. I forgot to look at the mailbox. That's what I forgot to do. Additionally, lending someone your handbook is a violation of school regulations. Handbook of each student is die is placed in the mailbox in the main hall. One of the handbooks found in the main hall has been broken, which is apparently a rare occurrence. Junko and Sayaka's handbooks both seem to still work, so it is assumed that the broken handbook is Leon's. However, Monokuma claims it's very unlikely that Leon's handbook would have been broken. And you know who might have been able to break a handbook? Master Programmer. Suspected genocide Jack victims include all those. They were killed in the same way and mounted to a nearby wall where bloodlust was found at the scene of each crime written in blood. Profiling indicates the killer is likely a student suffering from a split personality. Chihiro seems to have consciously kept her distance from the other girls. It has been noticed she got remarkably along well with her male classmates. Carpet in the boys' locker room was found with a blackish stain on it.
I wouldn't say blackish.
Blood was found on the poster in the girls' locker room. Poster featured a big-breasted supermodel popular among young boys. Meanwhile, the poster in the boys' locker room was for a boy band popular with teenage girls. Not quite sure why those have been swapped just yet, but I'm sure I'll figure it out as we get along with this.
Yep.
Chihiro's handbook was not found on her corpse and has apparently gone missing. Chihiro's body had been suspended, and her hands had been bound with some kind of rope. The fatal injury was a blow to the head. Sakura mentioned that she was responsible for a coffee stain on the girls' locker room floor. However, the stain had been explicitly scrubbed away. It hasn't been scrubbed away. It's just on the double carpet. Byakuya was known to use this lamp often. However, the extension cord had gone missing at some point, and the lamp's cord couldn't quite reach the outlet. Before nighttime, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. She seems to be stuffing some blue exercise clothes into a duffel bag. Presumably, she was on her way to exercise, but the clothes were not found at the crime scene. Celeste had not told anyone other than Makoto about this encounter. That's probably good.
The only other thing that it's not actually a truth bullet that's worth keeping in consideration is that the motivation this time around was our secrets.
Yep. Okay.
And then, yeah, check, yeah. Because I don't think it sets your skills automatically. Or maybe it does, I don't know. It might, because it says 7 out of 14 already.
It's already got them ticked.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any more, though.
Okay.
Okay. Gotta remember my controls. Is
Yeah.
it space that slows it down?
I don't remember. I think
Oh,
so.
goodness. I know. I
You'll
think
be fine,
control
right?
speeds it up and space slows it down.
Explanation of the class trial.
I think Q and E, or is it just Q, switches the bullets.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive.
I'm not quite sure who done it, but I do think I've figured out the big secret.
Then I'll punish everyone.
It's. I don't think it's that hard to figure out at this point.
It's really hard.
Don't say that. I hope the big secret is not really hard.
Okay then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon.
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. It
I
still
wonder-
kills me that there's just the Sayaka and Junko there, and now the Chihiro.
And a Leon.
That's it. That's the only one I got. Yup.
Nuh-uh.
Yup. Don't butt. No?
It was a blind instrument.
I was saying that's the blunt instrument in question, because he said what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
These refute statements.
Ah.
Also, you get more punished for going wrong than for going through it a second time.
Weapon had to be at the scene of the crime. There was something with blood stain. Yeah. I missed. Oh, god damn it!
Wait, no! Duke Gonklid's right. Have we fully considered the numbers theory?
Oh my god. Screw your iron pipe.
Ding.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
Mm-mm.
It
No.
was covered in blood. And there was
Doesn't look
nothing
like blood to
else
me,
at
it
the
looks like
scene that
pink
could have
juice.
caused that kind of injury.
Exactly, that's jelly.
Yep.
I know, I tasted it.
Head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
You just made me spit. I just got lemonade all over myself. Gosh dang it.
Was it pink lemonade?
No. Okay. We're okay.
Excellent.
Thanks, Kyoko.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one. You looked at her head?
Yes! This is a murder!
Ew! What's wrong with you?
What? Oh my god. They're all gonna make me, they're gonna like drive me to wanting Byakuya to win this basically by the end of this game.
They're making you the junkler.
Yeah. See, Kyoko's like, I hate these people so much.
Don't mind. I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear. For real? Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer.
Dude, you serious?
Did he
Genocide
really?
Jack.
kill Chihiro? Psychomantis.
Psychomantis.
A new element has been added to the non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes, please. Absolutely crazy if you just like played this entirely with the no, don't tell me anything about any of this stuff. just send me.
You just gotta suss it out.
For
You
this
gotta figure it
debate,
out.
lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the white noise won't appear at all. Well, it's not. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on... Well, then, good luck, have fun. Okay.
I forgot about that.
Make your argument. Genocide Jack case file. That's the only bullet I got. I have one bullet.
Genocide Jack.
Get out of here.
That's the white noise.
Yeah.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, there's just no proof for it.
Oh, it's gonna... Okay. Whew.
Almost spun. You didn't even try to use the silencer.
No, don't need it. I don't need it.
I might know one reason he could be.
The pink liquid is Pepto-Bismol.
What?
No, it's tastier than that. Although, admittedly, that's pretty tasty.
While I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it?
Not,
Something like that.
oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, not for the police to do.
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth.
Why would the police investigate a murder?
Yeah. What are they, creepy?
Yeah, with the logic they've been using this whole time, yeah, they would probably think that, honestly. Why would they look at dead bodies? Ew. What?
It's so weird playing this after watching Dexter, man. It's so...
According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
We don't got that.
Oh, that's right. Ooblust.
I really want you to kill someone so we can get rid of you.
It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
I don't wanna.
True.
You gotta hit him with that. You gotta hit him with that. Throw him off his
Do
stride,
what
Makoto.
do what Byakuya and Kyoko do to you and be
Yeah.
like, why don't you say it?
Yeah, why don't you say it, actually? You know. The
I
other
would throw it to just
characteristic-
someone that's completely inept.
Yeah,
like,
someone
be
who-
like, hey, you.
Well,
Hifumi,
actually,
you
yeah,
got this."
Hifumi, you know too, don't you? Me throwing the game in spite because of Byakuya.
Yeah.
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know. He strings them up from the wall bars. If I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body. It's the position of the body.
Got it. You look, you healed. You healed half a heart.
Genocide
Oh, nice.
Jack case. The killer suspends
probably
the
need
body
that.
in the same way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro is most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
Obviously, they must be a high-level police official.
There's only one
Yes.
logical answer I can think of.
The ultimate
Because
police
the
officer.
culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes. In fact, it's Toko.
What? No way!
No.
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
Why do you have
Why
such
are
interest
you
in that?
so upset? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Celeste was your woman. What?
Okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like blotophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Are you all forgetting earlier when she got really weird and then was like, hey, is that a corpse? That's so cool and awesome. Like, what?
Yeah.
Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes And no.
Because she has a split personality.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gonna be so
You're 21.
Yeah, you're the oldest one here, bro. Yeah. It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko.
What did Dylan say in our
Answer is-
Pokemon game? He was like, I can't solve this puzzle made for children.
Yeah, I can't solve this puzzle made for children. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Oh gosh.
Ooh, we gotta enter your brainosphere.
Hangman's Gambit. Hangman's Gambit.
Remember, you gotta shoot him a bunch of times.
Oh gosh, what? I'm not sure what this word wants. Nope.
Wrong one.
Nope.
Nope.
I'm... Okay. Is there another S? I'm not sure what this one wants.
Think about it. Look at the letters. Spell it out.
I've got plenty of time, actually. Let me...
6-letter word starts with S, 2 in the middle are HI, and it relates to Toko's condition.
Schizophrenic. No. Is it actually schizo? That can't be it. That can't be it. You're being quiet. You're...
I don't know, man.
Oh my god, it's schizo.
Lost a lot of HP on that one.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I did not think the word was gonna be schizo.
You gotta slow down. And again, it's better to be right than to be fast.
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Why'd you say it like that?
Oh,
Dissociative.
but still,
Yeah, you put the A in there.
wouldn't say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality, it has to do with her behavior.
She arrived late.
She arrived late. She's never done that before, guys.
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Yeah.
It's the eyes for me. How they're like looking in different directions. Like a lizard. Yeah. We were there. We were all there earlier today.
She was acting oh wait, he's rewoken.
Yeah.
completely disappeared?
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tongue without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Yep.
Who could have guessed that she had a split personality that was Genocide Jack when she said the phrase, "I won't let Genocide Jack take control"?
It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko...
They all
You
thought
were
it was her.
there!
They all were like, oh, she's not gonna let Genocide Jack take control of this class trial and kill me. It sounds like I'm joking, but that genuinely is like the explanation.
Oh
that they
my
had
God.
At the time.
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them? Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
Why was that keeping you from showering, though?
Yeah, true.
Tell anyone. What? You promised. I can't believe you lied.
Somehow she's gonna like this, right?
Only yourself to blame.
You're the one who's played the game, man. You're.
I didn't.
It's been years, man.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone.
Celeste is shocked.
But in spite of that promise,
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Toko.
That's the only reason I promised.
Toko.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
Person, you don't.
Oh, we gonna do a little switch up? Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Please be voice acted.
Hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see?
Genocide Jill?
That's her.
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do?
Who is that? Wait, that voice sounds extremely familiar.
I'll look it up. I don't know.
Ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
I feel like I know her from like high school DD for some reason.
What the fuck is this? What happened to you?
Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. One of them happens to be a serial killer. You should turn a blind eye to one's faults. Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy hill lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane!
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question? What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another
I don't think she's in anything that we'd recognize.
Maybe she just sounds similar to someone.
They just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, assumed that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Yeah, I figured so much as something like that was gonna happen.
What?
But I cannot imagine.
Well, I don't know if she necessarily isn't actually the culprit, but there is more to unpack here, so I figured the trial was gonna have to go on for a little bit longer.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Think, Makoto, think. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all this. Oh, here we go.
Load up those bullets.
Status of the dead body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that. Do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof?
It missed! God dang it!
It faded away.
Give it up.
Gotta use that focus gauge,
Alright,
buddy.
Okay, let's do this one more time.
You say that.
Let's do this one more time.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
There you go. But Byakuya said there were only two things.
Really exactly the same.
Byakuya's purposely trying to mislead. Or he's wrong.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Scissors.
How's it any different?
Stabby.
Okay, there's no call for that.
You know, Mano didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. Yeah, in fact, I think that's the first time he's spoken in like this whole trial. Not the whole trial, but
No,
basically since you became you.
Yes, yeah, I think that's right.
I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything.
The crazy part is if it's true that she's not the murderer, we're all gonna have to walk out of this room knowing that
Yep.
this is how she is.
It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee.
This is no creation of mine.
Don't rag on Chef Boyardee. You don't know. You don't know.
Or
the power.
ragu. You want to tackle somebody? Go after Prego.
Yeah.
There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see the difference. The victim's fatal injury. The style of the bloody. No, it's the victim's fatal injury.
For one,
You healed a half.
death is
I did.
In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
It looks like they were killed with more than one pair of scissors.
What?
Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
With scissors.
That is remarkably different from the other murders. Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method?
We don't have scissors here.
Not true. Not.
Detail.
There's sewing kits.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Pest? I didn't realize she was frigged up like that.
You didn't? You.
I mean, pesto? Really?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference. It's used to suspend her.
You healed another half.
I'm gonna get it all back, don't worry.
Suspend her? they've used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrist.
Why do you even say that? You know what
you know it's not a rope. You know it's not a rope.
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
Big old chompers.
Mm-hmm.
She got big tongue and big teeth.
Mm-hmm. Part of another personality.
Big Mac?
Is that... Big Mac, let's go!
Let's go, Big Mac! Oh, I'm using that for the rest of this game.
Sure, me too.
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered. Figure that out.
Come on, Big Mac.
Come on, Big Mac.
Couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Because they were all men. Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it? If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is... I think I figured it out! I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro!
Chihiro's her lover. Huh? What was that top one?
Chihiro was a girl? In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Scissors.
A ding-a-ling! Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Ise, 14. Dang, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Komatsuna Hataro. Okay, I'm not. Yeah, we are.
I was gonna say, you're going through them again? I was gonna say.
I read all that already.
That's right! The people I killed with such passion and conviction.
Oh, okay, it's that way. Okay. It's like weird
I mean-
yandere murder. Okay.
Would you expect anything else of the Fujoshi?
Well, I thought it could be like, I hate men.
That's fair.
Props to her voice actor. Or her voice actress, I should say. She's
Going
getting
over
giggles
her
out of me.
record, it's making me laugh because like half of her record is like some anime, but then half of it is like children's TV shows.
Dang!
So that's why I'm like, this is hilarious. See? Was that even me?
Why? You didn't have to repeat the adorable little man part, Taka. You didn't.
Chefs suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line.
She's an artiste.
The one and only.
Yeah.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Dang.
Dang.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival.
I understand it now. Toko just knows that what's inside of her is really what can handle Byakuya. That's why she hates it, because it's what she wants to be. It's...
And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
Yep. Which also, it's Toko that would be getting her life ruined from having it be revealed that she's Genocide Jack, not necessarily Genocide Jack. So, I don't think Genocide Jack would really care, honestly.
That does make some amount of sense. Whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors
Here
in
for
the
me.
school.
We've been over this already, Hifumi.
Don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors.
Okay, whatever. You'll learn any in the school.
That's not true! It was said on the first day. Oh, she got her special ones.
Yeah, no, she just got him on her.
Oh, okay.
Fully equipped. That's right. So I can kill anywhere, anytime.
Good to know.
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Tell me I'm
Someone's gonna try to frame her later, aren't they?
I think someone's trying to frame her right now.
Well, yeah, but they're not doing. But like now, like they got an easier way of doing it, right? Clearly, they messed this one up.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent? But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why
Well,
it had to be the
nobody but the police and the person who read the police report. There actually is one person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Select someone. It would have to be Byakuya, because he's the person who read them.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I mean, I can only assume that's the only logical conclusion here.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified.
And also, yeah, he could have known beforehand, too. I didn't even think about that.
Plus, you've already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Dang.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Dang, really? Nothing?
And
No.
the reason pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her. Oh, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The original blackened man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Byakuya, what's your response? I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it,
Probably when, you know, he immediately took handle of the entire situation.
the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange. You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Why do you know that?
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
You're stupid. You,
contrary, there's something very strange.
I could not be in this situation. I couldn't. Everyone would
No.
hate me. Everyone would hate me because I'd be insulting everyone.
Yeah.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
It sounds like a condescending statement, but that technically is true in this moment. There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added in non-stop debate. Yes, please. We're gonna add something called a truth flashback. Oh, good. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or charge the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth, or change the truth bullet, it will disappear. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, this might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and to use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay.
I forgot about these. These make things extra hard.
Monokuma file number 2. Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the file.
Yup.
He was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room, you absolutely take it. That's a personal reaction for
Let me shoot him.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
Got it?
Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realize there's a clear contradiction there. What about Monokuma File 2? This doesn't make sense how he could have known before we'd even found it. Okay, I need to make that contradiction clear.
You don't use the truth bullet in this.
Yeah. Did it say left click and hold?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got the green, or the orange, I mean.
Okay. Bring it around one more time.
Yep.
Thankfully, it doesn't penalize you for going through it without doing anything.
Correct. Because again, it's more right. Or it's better to be right than to be fast.
Although suppose there is time, so eventually time will just run out.
Yeah, you only have 10 more minutes.
Ah!
You... Okay, well, now you gotta go get it again.
Yup. One more time.
So, you said Byakuya, he was acting if you were presented with the opportunity to... That's unnatural. The victim
Don't hold this down after you get it. Okay.
There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird...
I should have got that. That should have been it. Dang it.
Yep, that absolutely was.
I'm overthinking it.
I was gonna say, the victim was
too much.
Chihiro is
Yep.
not going to refute the victim was Chihiro.
Yep. Okay.
Or maybe it is. Or maybe it's the other way around then.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we... But he was acting
Do I need?
weird.
Okay. Do I need to get that?
Must be, because there's only 2 oranges here. Normally, the reason for these flashbacks is you get one later on and use it on an earlier statement, though. Because then you just go through it again.
Okay. I'll do it one more time. All right. Yes, because how did you know that it was Chihiro before we found the body? That's what I was saying earlier, but then I got too into it in my own head.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit.
Celeste is really shocked.
Very interesting indeed. But your reason
She's hitting you with the do you understand
Yep.
right now.
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We
Thanks for
just
speaking
talked
up.
about the differences
Yeah.
between this case and past genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and other genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? What could it be?
I'm just gonna guess it's the rope, quote unquote.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Library, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again?
Please explain it again.
No, desk lamp.
Yup. Yeah.
It absolutely was!
Yeah.
Then there must be something.
Yeah.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from?
I'd never seen that rope.
Off!
You gotta use your silencer, bro.
No, I don't.
I think you get more points if you get rid of the bonus statements.
Oh, too late now.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
Why didn't you say that earlier, bro?
Oh my gosh. He's just aura farming. He's just waiting for big reveals like this.
Yucky. You used the extension cord in the library more than once.
He hit us with the, oh, one more thing.
Columboed us. I've been Columboed.
Missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned, as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya is the killer.
Disagree with not disagreeing.
What?
Calling us a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but can we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Oh, you dumb idiot. I'm done.
God.
Not Hiro, Makoto. I don't want to talk anymore. We figured it out.
Yeah, even though Makoto's literally said everything.
Still bothering you. Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it...
Does make it curious. Why is he trying to do this, though?
Yeah.
What about all that bothers you?
Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. The scene of the crime? I'm guessing? The scene of the crime?
Yep, he said he killed her in the girls' locker room.
Girls' locker room, right? But are you
But
sure
we know there's
about
sus
that?
stuff going on between the two
Isn't
locker
it
rooms.
possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later.
Hey, oh no, that later was there. I'm
The
crazy.
rest of the murder scene.
Rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
Coffee grounds. On the carpet.
I believe I do.
Posters.
The poster.
Big booby lady. Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that switched between the boys' and girls' locker rooms. Where is it?
Oh, you're almost back to full.
Yep, I told you I was gonna get it back. We had some kerfuffles, but we're okay. We're alive. We're
Posters?
The one that got you the most was Schizo.
yeah. Which is funny in retrospect.
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel.
Not out loud, too.
Everyone has to remember, produce it. Everyone.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
Girls don't like boobs. That's never been a thing ever.
Oh.
Zippers were totally fake.
She's got boob envy.
Meanwhile, The boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
Also, you had seen that poster in the boys' locker room in the past.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker room.
The coffee.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. Give me. Yep. Oh, should I do the... Oh gosh, wait. I forget, there's the boys' locker room, but isn't there the one about the...
The other one is the disappearing one.
Am I correct? Yeah, disappearing stain. Oh god, which one do I do? Sakura mentioned she was responsible for probably, however the stain had been... Probably not that one because it says inexplicably scrubbed away. Probably this one, right? Yep.
Yeah.
The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why did the culprit bother doing
Because
that?
someone wasn't in the girls' locker room when they got killed.
Perhaps they wanted to frame all the women.
Why did they go through all that
That too.
trouble?
Both reasons.
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room?
Because someone has a big secret.
To get into the locker room, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room.
You're not thinking with portals.
She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I doubt that.
I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? I mean, she also could have, even if what I'm thinking is not true as well. So,
Let's see.
yep.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the
Would that be it?
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
Is that going to be the only orange here?
I don't know.
She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Yup.
I'm talking about Leon's handbook.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook. Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I'm so silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead
Yep.
person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked us, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook,
There is another option. There's...
her own handbook.
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just
wrong? It seems
Yes.
like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess
She
not.
couldn't have.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do. Think, Makoto! Think, Big Mac! Think!
This is normally the part, yeah, where Kyoko comes in. Yep, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Burn! Burn! We need a miracle, burn!
I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
what? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial?
We can do that?
I'd like you all to come see something.
We're allowed to take a break?
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
I wasn't aware we could do that.
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial.
Why is he shaking so much over there? Look at his little... He's excited. He's excited for it to
Yeah.
be exciting.
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off, with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was...
The girls' locker room? We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands? Oh, wait!
Thanks, Ifumi.
Probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body. It's not
Do you think so, Moral Compass?
based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Sakura's the... I was gonna say the dad who stepped up like a stepdad joke, but I don't know why.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine.
Based off of the statements of both you and Hina, I don't think so, but alright.
So just leave this to me.
Sakura,
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you are about?
that's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Hey, that's Mondo's line.
Okay.
True.
Here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this.
Just
particular
say what they need to do, Kyoko. Just say it. Just...
Yeah, it's a little messed up to make you do this.
I know
To make
this,
someone else do this.
but what? This is.
There is one other thing.
What is it? Not possible. It's
She's
not possible.
going Super Saiyan. Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
Is what?
a boy.
Her peanuts.
So, she is actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
It's really true?
I can't believe I was in love with a guy. The jokes, I can't believe I was in love with a chick. I can't.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? The world's really on fire. I wish I had killed him.
Dang.
That's what Yoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much
Too
more
bad
exciting.
Taryn's not here to see it, huh?
Yep.
Now let's ride this wave
He hates
of
us.
excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Back to it.
Okay. Brief excursion.
Apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Say it like that.
Yes.
Boy.
Reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well,
It's really funny. In chat, Schrager says no, which I know it's in reference to, but it's a lot funnier that it seems like it's in reference to Chihiro.
No.
Reveal. No. It can't be.
Oh no, this can't be. This.
There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
What do you mean by that?
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do
Buh.
you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put
He is
it?
pretty smart, it seems.
Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
What are you doing in the girls' locker room?
At 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why
Oh,
would
you know
do
the
that to
answer.
body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking
I
about it.
definitely can't.
You can't?
Seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Buddy.
Have a mind of your own? Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer has to be a guy because the murder scene was the boys' locker room before they were moved to the girls' locker room. And Leon's thing is broken, so no one could have used Leon's handbook to get in. So it would have had to have been a guy.
Is that right?
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues.
There you go.
Celeste's account, which was that she was up late before she went to the
The
laundry.
duffel bag.
No, that's what Celeste's account is. There's not a single clue.
Nobody get a look at the killer? I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something about it.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of link.
Oh, don't hit it. Dang it. Yep. Alright. Alright.
You want to know who saw the killer? And only the killer.
Probably wasn't right anyways. It saved
Spared yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That white noise saved your life.
Yep.
I believe
And you're
someone
telling
else
me to get
did
rid
see
of
the
all
victim.
of them.
What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him. Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you
Big
have
Mac.
no idea, did you?
I'm her special Big Mac.
That's why
I'm
you're
her.
all such crazy noises.
Whatever. Just hurry up and tell us.
It was last night. Right
I
before
wonder.
night
I want to look at something.
I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assumed, he headed off to exercise.
Black jacket, duffel bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for whom I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
Mahina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much, enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, we can't even guess.
The only thing I could venture to guess is Mondo.
No. You already
Yeah.
have what you need to
Because
make the
he was
connection.
buddy, he was, well, not buddy, but he was nice to her. Him.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Don't smirk at me like that, Kyoko. You have so much confidence in me. You're
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something? You
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out. Easy for you to say.
But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special
Come
about
on,
the
Celeste.
bag or jacket?
Hit us with something new.
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. Oh gosh, okay.
This, well, let's see what it is, but this one seems like another one of those ones where you have to make a bullet.
Celeste's account, yep.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
Okay.
He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
Yep.
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
Yep.
I got it! It's that tracksuit because
Please don't say something stupid.
the one the culprit was
Okay, thank you.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No one ever said what color it was.
Yeah. And I got the wrong one.
Yeah. I feel bad that I called it out, but I'm getting excited as well. It's been so long.
No, that I caught it when he said it. You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. No, I don't want this one. I don't want this one. Wait. Okay, thank you. Now,
That's a self-report.
I gotta get it again. 1 second.
Freaky.
Maybe it's on his way, so next we have to ask, why did he choose this?
What do you mean, the specific?
It matched the one. So, what you're saying is the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Is this even the right one, actually?
My tracksuit
Because
is
would
black.
it be for this? Nope. I figured not, but I just wanted to check.
Something's wrong there.
Yeah.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
Maybe it is Celeste's account is what breaks it, because only Celeste saw it.
Maybe.
So, what you're saying is,
In which case it would be the blue. It wouldn't
Yep.
be the black. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because, yeah, like what you said earlier, what we were both on earlier. How does he know it's blue?
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
I saw him stuffing a truck jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume he headed off to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Okay, let's kill him. Let's beat him to death with hammers.
Yes.
The
Taka,
clothes are
good
gone,
bro.
Taka. The
The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is because he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only
Cherry?
possibility.
Very Odin filled.
Are you talking about Chihiro? Tell us about it. Did you see the tracksuit? or
that,
didn't you?
whoa.
Yeah.
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, And he was carrying the tracksuit in his hand.
What were you doing out so late?
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it.
Oh, excuse me.
And then just like that, she was gone.
and when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. He just ran into him briefly. He couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the
She's
very
so smart.
But why? What made you so
She's so
suspicious?
smart and funny. Smoney.
That's a good question.
Yes.
Because I hate him. I get to choose for her?
Crazy.
Probably. Huh? Was it the way he was acting? Because he was kind of friendly with Chihiro. I mean, he hasn't really talked much before this. Because I hate him is definitely not it. Nope.
There was a certain turning. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you only call guys dudes. For girls, it's chick.
Oh, okay. That was a one line. True, he did call him dude, but that was one line. I didn't even think about that.
It occurred
Yep.
to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Notice such a tiny detail?
She
Long
is, in
game.
fact, a witch.
No, I'm not the frightful one.
You didn't say you weren't a
As
witch.
frightful as someone capable of murdering a
Yeah,
friend.
really, she really is. Those fragments burn.
Mondo,
Are we gonna get into the
Really?
stupid?
Yeah, what's his gonna be?
did you really kill
Oh
Chihiro?
God, what is his gonna be? If we weren't demonetized before now.
I didn't kill anyone. You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal? Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false.
Is it gonna be? Well, actually, who's gonna do the thing?
On that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
Oh yeah, you said you had
His
something, didn't you?
evidence. Yes, Ifumi.
Just telling you. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Mono told me he did it.
Actually, no. Now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
But did Mondo just give him a look?
Let's just get up and walk away. It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook.
That's where Chihiro's e-handbook went.
So I scooped it up.
Oh, all right, then it must belong to. It's mine.
I got it. We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
But it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But when it's busted, it won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
They have a trick, but what could the trick be?
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
This one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably
50%.
high failure rate.
How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. By hitting its weak point. He said it had a weak point earlier. Back up to 5.
The handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the
I found
handbook
it.
is supposed to never break, and 2 of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if we want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very...
Taka Strat? Guys, we're all gonna promise not to
God.
break it.
Already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands, but you're sure you won't follow their example?
Just make it a rule not to break them.
Then allow
We
me to
promise.
make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge
Okay, what's it gonna be?
handbook
I don't remember.
When it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer.
It was Mondo. It was...
Break. Flippin' knew it.
You knew it?
Because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
I actually went to check there but didn't go all the way in. It wouldn't have been there though. He would have been there.
Can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling.
Yes! Monokuma Theater in the middle of the class trial.
If the hot air of the sauna were somehow
Everyone's stuck in their last pose.
skin, you'd definitely get fried.
Will it just keep going all the way around if I let it?
Yeah.
I want to see everyone. I want to see what everyone's last pose was. Oh, I was hoping Aoi would have rigid hair. Dang!
Nope.
That's what I was looking for mainly. I was looking for what Mondo looked like.
He's a little upset right now.
That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Please shut up.
It's a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer
I
must
learned
have
one
been
new fact
purposely
today.
trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
There are 2 people who used the sauna, and I don't know if anyone else has.
What if they found out by accident?
There was
And
only
one of
one
them-
person.
One of them
that
had
used it with
all
their
of his
clothes
clothes.
on.
Yup.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
Remember when I was like, this is gonna be important
I don't
somehow?
know of
This is.
anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Taka.
But, okay, I think I know who it is. Who could have done it? Who brought their handbook into the sauna? It had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was.
What?
Oh wait, no, he wasn't the one who wore all of his clothes. That's right.
No.
It's fine. That's a heart. We're fine.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
I don't know if anyone else does remember Makoto. I don't. I think it was just you three.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold up! You've got it all wrong! He would never kill! I can accept this! Show me the proof! The actual solid proof!
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
If you want to
Shoot.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, let's give it a read first.
Test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
Interesting.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said was right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine! See? Look!
Maybe it
Makoto
doesn't.
was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
He literally punched Makoto in the face on the first day.
I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during their sauna showdown. If I can just prove that,
Is it the broken handbook?
then that will
I
show
don't
that
know.
the handbook Mondo has must actually be. He has Leon's! He has Leon's! And he swapped it out.
Says is correct, then you broke your own. In other words, if when that proves
Well, my goddamn handbook
Oh, please. Okay. Let's see your handbook, Mondo.
The handbook you have
Yeah.
right now, is it really yours?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took
No,
Leon's
he
handbook
borrowed
and
it.
his own.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to swap.
After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook would never show.
We're not there yet, Duke Onkled.
The punishment
Did it again, I clicked it, it didn't go.
barely enough to destroy it.
so. Then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's. Yes,
Let's see it.
but doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook?
No, we've been over this.
We've been over this.
Here's how I look
They're
at it.
dead. It's borrowing.
There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if
They're
you're
an object.
they're not a student.
Which means you can carry them with Dimension Door.
Yep.
No worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting.
Gray spelled the English way.
Exchanging handbooks with the courts is not a violation of the rules.
I believe Onklet did tell us he was. Didn't he say he was Hungarian?
If I'm wrong about
No,
this,
no, no. That's the correct way that Onkla did. Monokuma did Gray the wrong way.
Oh, okay. Oh, so Onklet learned American English.
I'm happy to
A
admit
for
I
American,
made a
E for
mistake,
English.
But
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong.
Taka, it's been over for like 10 minutes.
You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Someone knocked Taka over the head.
okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time from the beginning?
Oh, here we go.
That way,
Let's run it back one more time.
Just one more
see
thing.
if I was right or wrong.
Yes.
Alright. Closing argument.
Now it's the gray person that did all the crimes, Duke Onkled.
Dang. Okay.
Sauna.
Let's fit this where I know it fits. What do we got? What do we got?
And remember, some of these will be red herrings too.
Yup. Okay. Celeste sees
Something.
duffel. She puts it. He tucks it away and is like, "Bye bye." Goes to the locker room.
Yep.
Swipes to go in.
Beep.
in?
No. These don't have that same door handle.
True. Selects to go in. None of these would do that. This would be later. Goes in. There it is. Okay. Sees person in there, person behind them. Ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba. Yes, so this would be them, like, lifting it. And then if we go over here, that's when they donk him. So that would be... Well, already donked happened, so then would that be this?
Something splashed somewhere.
No, because that's the same. That is the same as that right there, so that wouldn't be that. Blood on the poster. Blood on the poster. It's done. Deed is done. Rolls up the carpet. Takes up the poster. Takes Chihiro over. To the girls?
Well, at this point, there would have been one thing they needed to get to the girls' room. Although that's also featured in the next slide over.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Oh, where am I? So then I think it probably is the girls, because they're in front of the girls and then use it to get in the girls.
But would that be more fitting there?
Well, I don't think the closed door would be more fitting here after they're in, and then you just a picture of the door.
Maybe.
Let's keep going. Byakuya comes in with his stupid grin. He's gonna tie her up. Do that to make it look like that. What goes there? He writes on the wall. And then we get to the sauna. He throws that in the sauna. So then here...
We got these two.
Yeah, these two.
One of them involves, I imagine, putting up the poster.
Yep, which probably would be this one. Because they're not in the room until here.
Probably.
Yeah, the poster's up in this one, so it would have had to be before this one. So this one...
And it must be the door.
Probably.
Try it.
I think that's it.
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Okay, well, this is going. I'll be right back.
Okay.
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own new handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
Yup.
Once inside, he met with someone there, and the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. dwarves into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks have been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work.
Okay, I'm back. So good so far?
Yep.
Perfect.
And we're nearing the end, so I'm pretty sure we're good.
In what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
For really just no reason.
Yeah, no, just to be a piece of shit, I guess. Just to...
Yeah.
After stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body.
With the important detail about the body discovery announcement is only made after 3 people discover it. So him having found it at 2 a.m. doesn't matter. Or whenever he found it.
That Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steam sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
No!
Stupid, stupid, stupid,
Stupid,
stupid.
stupid, stupid.
This can't be right. Yeah, where's your evidence?
I just gave it all to you, bud.
Evidence? You need proof! You need proof? You can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo is the killer had already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to the bullet time battle. Would you like to hear more? Yep. Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. Oh, okay. So you can push right, however you want, destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So you've also prepared something called nega time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates nega time during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate fever time at this point, no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what it was I'm worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, yeah, you won't use nega time. Good luck, have fun. Oh yeah, here we go. So it's right click to lock, left click to kill.
I believe so, if I remember right.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen.
Interesting how it's not, what's his name? It's not Mondo, it's Taka doing it. I was wondering how early they would set up the precedent for that.
I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence.
Yes, sir. Danganronpa Classic. However, you've just run out. Oh, you got lucky.
It doesn't matter.
You shoot it. Yeah,
It was making me wait. I was clicking it rapidly.
I was gonna say, I was like, go, 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 go. That's how I think everybody that's ever played this game has done the nega time incident, by the way.
Alright, well, let's vote. Perfect score. Not quite, but... All A's.
How many mono coins? Well, you had AB.
Did I?
Yeah, I'm almost positive it was from when you did the schizo.
Am I crazy? Wait.
It was the third one. Or second one of the two.
I'm watching. Oh, that was a B, the third one, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, what are you saying?
Point
I
is
got
88
no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask
We have to vote.
damn verdict.
Wait! Hold on! No waiting! No holding on! Time for the moment we've all been waiting for! Grab your lever and give it a yank!
Okay, then can we do the verdict?
Blackened this time around.
Glad you said it.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Guilty!
And I don't gotta swear anymore! Yay!
Woo!
Uh-oh. This time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Wada! In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kyutaka chose the wrong answer.
So he dies.
You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way. No way he would kill someone.
Sorry. What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? 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 Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text.
Got it.
Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out.
Now nobody will be able to say anything about, even though you're a boy.
But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger.
I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which, of course, included Chihiro's embarrassing secret which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy!
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now. But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone.
Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better.
With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me.
Yup, it sure was! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he had confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to.
Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage.
I think that's supposed to be Monokuma.
I was gonna say.
So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did. To keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro.
Huh? Did what he did? You mean... that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See?
Then, Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro? Who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you...
Because, no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad! Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone? It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it.
Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Well, I thought everyone's secrets get gone now because no one successfully graduated.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother!
Dang.
Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Dio Wada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Dia that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Dia, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul.
The kid's gonna take over for Dia, huh?
Dia created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride.
Can someone like that really be our leader?
All that'll do is make the gang look bad.
Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Dia. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top.
And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly...
Dang, you look pretty decent for being hit by a bus.
Yeah, he's doing alright.
Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words.
I guess I can do this.
Okay.
My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry.
Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Dia never blamed him for what happened.
Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what. You gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men.
He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad. He was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong.
Would you believe it? Another ST word?
And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why I...
Mondo.
After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you.
But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
'Cause I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But
You're right, but
I want to change.
I've wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever.
His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself.
I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo.
I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that?
you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to.
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch.
And stronger than Daya! I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him, down on the ground.
Hey!
I killed him.
Oh, he said it.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. Thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it!
Look at him! You see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't.
You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead and say that again, I dare you!
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but... Unfortunately, I can't do that right now, because the time for punishing is fast approaching!
Yeah, punishment. Punishing? You've done this before. You've done. You mean execution? Nah, we were just gonna tap him on the wrist this time, actually.
Don't do it again, Mondo.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Hold on!
No. Oh. For Mondo Awada, the ultimate biker gang leader!
No, wait! Yeah, no, I'm
not. What?
I'm not with Taka on this one.
Oh, I was gonna say, you're not ready for this one.
I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Here we go. You ready?
I mean,
this is another part of the reason I wish that your choices changed it, because you'd see different executions. Because the executions are some of the coolest things of these games.
I'm cracking open a cold one for the execution.
I'm sipping on a cold one.
What does that say? Read it to me right now.
I have no idea because it was all in kanji. I remember seeing these at like X game kind of shows and stuff.
Is he gonna centrifugal force him to death? Not the big. Oh, hello.
A little bit more
Oh!
than just centrifugal force.
What a way to go.
Yeah. POV, you were Odin last night.
Dang, even Monokuma got tired.
Yeah.
Dang, it straight up vaporized him?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, There's a funnel. Did he get Kenzo'd? No. Oh. Oh my.
Mondo butter.
Oh my.
Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace.
It can't be. My brother. Another murder. And another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course he had to.
What a disappointment. This is the end of the game?
But Byakuya?
This. You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead, do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because this game is life or death.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that
however,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting.
His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone.
Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
honestly,
So you ignored the nighttime rule too?
That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue.
The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
So, you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up.
You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So, after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene.
But damn, man. If you hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course.
Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me.
Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for.
What?
Correct.
So that was your reason.
Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey,
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next.
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
You're over-exaggerating.
I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
What do you mean?
Mean? Mean? Mean? Mean. Good grief! I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing!
Whatever. It doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor. And then everything will be revealed to me.
Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Ooh, so cool! It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you!
I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap.
Yeah, you get the point.
Apparently he doesn't. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part.
I fucking knew it.
You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
Go ahead. Read it.
What do you mean?
I know it's you.
No, it isn't.
It isn't?
Mm-mm.
No?
Nope.
No?
It's not.
It's not?
It's not.
It's not?
No.
If we're working off of technicality, it would be even if it was a new person because I did the last new voice.
Oh.
Ha!
Well, it isn't a new voice. But I don't remember whose voice it is, so sure. There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
You don't know nothing.
I think I've put the pieces together on that.
No, you have not. But we're down to 10 nonetheless.
My name is Edwin.
What?
My name is Edwin. That's all I'll say to that. Oh, look at that.
Crazy Diamond.
Two of a kind. Finish chapter 2. Okay, now I don't know what this is. Sniff, sniff. It's Aoi.
I know I shouldn't cry, but
This also cannot be the thumbnail.
I've had enough. I can't take it anymore.
No, don't say that, Aoi.
Getting out of here anytime soon. It's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
Donuts. I need to eat some donuts. That'll cheer me up. Glazed donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, cream-filled donut holes.
Malasadas?
Malasadas.
Okay.
Oh, God of donuts. I'm praying for a wonderful encounter.
Okay, I thought it was gonna make me her.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule. But right
Here's
now,
some donuts.
for me, donuts are absolutely necessary.
Excuse me? Oh, hey, it's that stuff they were talking about.
What stuff?
What's that sound?
Oh, that noise.
It sounds like it's coming from the bathhouse.
But
I'm super scared, but is someone there?
What?
Perfect.
All right.
Stand tall, galactic hero.
Ah.
That'll be good enough, don't you think?
The morning after the conclusion of the second class trial. It better be good enough. I got work in the morning.
I was gonna say, me too.
Not the regulations. The system.
Regulations. Oh, there it is. Mondo did it. In a fit of rage.
Ah.
He slew Chihiro in cold blood, who was harboring his own dark secret.
Mondo is weak.
Always knew you were a bit weak. Oh, and look who it is.
I think it does that on purpose. I think.
Maybe, I can't tell. Oh.
All right. Well, what are we doing for the rest of the week?
I think I am going to skip the Tuesday stream because we finished Fallout New Vegas, so hold off on this week as we make some preparations for some other stuff. However, first, chronologically, we'll be back with Danganronpa on Thursday, and there will be a podcast episode on Wednesday. But a special thing, this Friday, new video is going to come out. I technically had it ready and done for this past Friday, but I was unable to release it in time, yeah. My internet was out for like 8 hours.
Just like how Taryn hates us.
Exactly. Butter. But there will be a video on Friday. A new video for you guys to watch. So go watch it when it comes out.
Yeah. And then, barring some horrible circumstance, more Danganronpa on Thursday.
Yeah.
That should be it. Until next time.
Yeah.
All right. See y'all then.
Exactly. And remember, secrets are no fun.